Blog Talk Radio.
Good morning and welcome to Live Without Limits. I'm your host, Davida Shinsky, and you're listening to Live Without Limits. And we're coming to you live from the Blog Talk Radio Network. Today's show is 5 reasons your brand matters, even if you are small. And the purpose of all of this is to help you put yourself and understand where you are when it comes to building your business and growing your business in a way that will help you get your business from where you are now to where you want to be. So, I wanted to start the year by talking about the value of your brand. Every brand, even if it's not a big one, has value. It might be small or it might be large, but it has value. Your brand also matters probably a bit more than you might think, especially if you are just starting. Building a recognizable and valuable brand is part of every business, though we don't think about it in those terms necessarily, because branding is so important and often the afterthought of your new, smaller businesses. I wanted to talk about 5 reasons that your brand matters. You know, when you look at branding, you need to look at the design, you need to look at advertising, you need to look at your strategy for it. You also want to create a value in what you have to offer. And you need to have an identity. People need to trust you. You need to know how to market effectively your brand. And you want a logo that when people see that logo, they will automatically think about your company and your business and where you are and how to get you from where you are today to where you want to be in the future. First of all, branding is valuable. Examples of this abound, but probably the most easily recognized one is about Coca-Cola. As of 2016, just the brand, part of Coca-Cola's brand, was valued at $73.1 billion. Yes, with a B. You might not be Coca-Cola, but your brand carries value and only increases with time and good stewardship, managing and maintaining the integrity of the brand and making sure it always is represented well through the business and its employees will increase its value in the long run. This is also something that people look at when purchasing or valuing a company. Now, we were talking about Coca-Cola, and in another month, in fact, in just a matter of a few weeks, my father would have been gone 49 years. And we don't know how many years prior to that he bought Coke stock. He paid $5,000 for 50 shares. That 50 shares is now over 7,000 shares, and the dividends that we get in from Coca-Cola supports us and gives us the lifestyle that we want. Well, that's just one brand. But what if you have a brand that you're starting out with and you want to figure out how to create a brand that is so recognizable that it only increases in value over time? This is something that we don't always think about, but it is very important to you and understanding how to take your business from where you are to where you want to be. Now, branding improves recognition. Being recognized is important to make sure advertising is more effective and people in return will become customers forever. Becoming a recognized brand, even if just in a single small niche of your part of town, makes you familiar, which is one of the first steps to building trust with potential new customers. Making sure that your brand is coherent across all platforms and conveys the message that you want to share ensures that you are recognized and remembered the way you want to be. Now, I have gotten involved with a company that is very heavily into digital marketing, and it's called Builderall. And why I got into it was because they had the tools that I could use to build my business, that I can create videos, that I can create my e-learning courses, that I can put on webinars, all from one platform and not have to purchase for each of them separately. So what is this company now doing to brand themselves? They have become sponsors of the Orlando City soccer team. And why is that important? Because every time this team plays, or if they end up going to the World Cup Series, then Builderall will be seen as a sponsor for them wherever they play. And what is this doing? This is allowing Builderall to become a commonly recognizable name in the future. And what are they doing with their products? They're constantly improving them. They're constantly upgrading them. They're constantly adding new and improved products that you can use to market your business digitally. So what they want to do is they want to position themselves to become a name that not just by the logo, which is an octopus, but by what they do. So when you look at what you're creating today and what you want to have in the future, then you need to take into account all of these information and how you are going to brand your company. For so many of us, this is something that we don't always think about, but that we should, simply because when we do this, this is going to be creating an opportunity for you to have your business exactly where you want it to be today, tomorrow, and long into the future. This is something that so many people don't even think about when they think about growing their business, not only now, but in the future. For guess what? If you don't have a business that is recognizable, or if you have no idea where you're going to be taking your business in the next few years, then what is that doing to you as a brand. Your brand should be something that when people see it, they recognize it and they know it immediately. Think about it. How did McDonald's become McDonald's? With the yellow arches. How did Shoney's become the recognizable name it is? By the big boy. And what do you have as a mascot? Even baseball teams, football teams, they all have a mascot or something that they look at that really takes them to the next level with their business. And it's something that becomes the kind of business that you want to have, whether it's now, it's in the future, or wherever you plan to be in the next few years. Branding supports design. When you go to start advertising, build a website, or even make a flyer or business card, having a brand supports all of those design efforts and saves you money in the long run. Branding and the guidelines that we create with it help make sure that future design work follows the same rules and creates the cohesive brand that you want. It also saves everyone designing for your company time and effort, as they know exactly what your brand is. For instance, the name of my company is Career Performance Institute, and I had someone that put together a card that it basically said that I use as my brand with my company. And what have I done with that? I've literally used that to take my business to the next level. And I actually came across a banner that talks about career coaching. And it says, dreaming about your career. You're at the right place and the right time. And it has a picture with someone looking up into the air with their pencil, thinking about their future and what it is that they want. And this is a picture that I've used on my website. And why am I doing that? Because when I want people to think about taking my courses and how those courses can truly help them get their business up and running, then that is what I want them to think about. So that for many of us, what you really want to be able to do is take your business from where you are today to the future. And let me go back and tell you about the other thing that I have, that I call myself a career and personal development strategy coach. So on my card, it literally says personal mentor career coach. And what we want them to know is that we can give them an exclusive lifetime membership where they can actually take courses on a continual basis. And my membership site is called AskDavitaShinsky.com. And you can go on there, and I have my video courses, I have my e-learning courses, and I'm also in the process of putting together webinars that will be found on that website. And you either have to pay for each course separately to access the membership site, or you can pay a monthly membership fee that will help you to have access to the courses as they come available on a continual basis. So think about all of those things. Think about how you as an individual can take your business and make a brand out of it. What kind of logo do you want to have that can actually put your brand out there so that whenever anyone sees it or recognizes it, that they know exactly what you're offering them. Also, you want to be able to take people on a journey with your business. And that journey should be where you're planning on taking your business into the future. Where do you want to be in 5 years from now? Where do you want to be in 10 years from now? How are you going to take what you're doing today and actually putting it all into a position where you can actually build a business that if someone sees their logo on a billboard, they're going to automatically know what company you're talking about. And remember something, today everything is digital marketing. Digital marketing means content marketing. And I don't know how many times I've answered questions on Quora or even see people asking, is digital marketing dead? Is content marketing dead? And yet, the funny thing is that's an industry that's actually growing. And why is it growing? Because today, the millennials, Generation Z, they grew up using computers. They grew up being online. They literally don't have the time to go shopping or don't have the patience either. So what are they doing? They're actually buying online. Whether you want to compete against the corporations, you need an online presence, even if you have a brick and mortar store. And living in Atlanta, there's lots of little shopping centers and strip malls. And what's happening to those little strip malls? They're not getting the kind of business that they used to get. So what happens? All of those little mom and pop stores are not able to compete because they have high overhead just keeping product available for someone to pick up. But if they put an online store and do e-commerce, they're more likely to make sales when they do their content marketing, when they put out videos, when they do product launches. The idea being that when you're online and understand how to use keywords to promote your products that someone will use in Google or Yahoo or Bing for searching, then if you know how to use keyword advertising and bid accordingly, then you can make money strictly by having your business online. And it's just a matter of understanding how to take your business from where you are now to where you want to be and having a strategy online. Because if you look at the cost of strictly having a brick and mortar store and advertising through newspapers, through radio, through television, the cost is astronomical. Think about it. People watch the Super Bowl. People watch the World Series. When those shows come on, or even the Olympics every 4 years, that the cost of advertising to promote your business is astronomical. So who's actually putting out the advertising in that media? But the companies, the corporations that can afford it, so that therefore a small business doesn't have a chance. But if you understand how to use digital marketing and incorporate all of that into your business, then you have a better chance of taking your business from where you are today to where you want to be. Creates stronger workforce. If you have a lousy or even non-existent brand, it's harder to get behind the company and product. Think of your brand as your flag. Many great movements in history, from civil rights to those of battle, have had something that people rally behind. Now, brands are the new flags people rally behind. Creating it when you're small makes it easier as you get larger. This is where you want your logo to shine. Because if you notice that Wendy's, what is Wendy's brand? He actually named Wendy's after his daughter. And what did he do? He put her in blue pinstripes, red braided hair, so that all you have to do is see the logo and you know exactly which hamburger place you're talking about. When you think of Burger King, what do you think of? The king with the crown on the head. So what do you have that you can create that's unique and different, that when someone sees that logo, they know exactly which company they are talking about? So, and even Builderall, what they've done is, because since they've released the 3.0 of their brand, they changed the octopus from just being an octopus to looking as though the legs are going sideways, like he's speeded up to go into the future. But it's still the basic octopus that he's using as his logo. And eventually, that logo, as his business grows, will stay the same, even as he upgrades and puts out new versions of the software, because it doesn't matter what your product is, but you always have to keep refining it and upgrading it and making it to be exactly what it is that will take your business and make it recognizable. These are often things that we need to think about, but we don't even do that. Is what's the long-term effects, or where do you want to take that business from where you are now to where you want to be? And I know I keep saying that, but as a startup, you need to have a plan for where you want to be in the next year, a plan for where you want to be in the next 5 years, a plan for where you want to be in the next 10 years, or even the next 25 years or further. So, and you never know, you may take it and put that business on sale, and if you have a recognizable brand, then your name and value of your company literally goes up. So always be aware of all of those things and how you want to take your business and how you want to make it all work for you now. Makes better marketing. Branding always makes far better marketing. The key is everything matches and makes sense. When you create a brand that you're really putting into graphics and words, the story of the company, its who and why, which makes the job of marketing easier and more effective. When you do something, having an ad with a unicorn on it, when your brand is Gothic vampires, doesn't usually go well, though I'm sure there will be some ad campaign using this effectively. No matter your size, your brand has value and should be a tool and an asset that you use to bring more success to your business. Hopefully, this list has helped you to see the value of your brand and see where you can have created thoughtfully and with purpose. So, we've been talking about branding and how to take your brand from where it is today and put it exactly where you want it to be in the future. So, how are you going to make your brand work? What do you have? If you are an e-learning company like Skillshare, that you want people who know how to create courses to actually come into your website and create the courses for you, what is your idea of where you want to take your business now or in the future or even down the road? For so many people, they don't always recognize or understand how their plans and what they want to look for in a business is very important. And advertising is something that is very much a part of how business is done, whether you're online or you're offline. How are you incorporating the things that make your brand stand out? That especially with today, the fact that it doesn't matter what business you're in, it's important that you understand how to take that business and generate it into a business that will take you and your name and make it recognizable. For so many of us, this is not always something that we've thought about or even planned for, but it's a very important part of how we need to look at business today. And that's where you need to look at joining and making your business exactly what you want it to be today, tomorrow, and in the future. Always remember this, that advertising becomes a very important part of how you market your business, whether it's online or offline, because even offline, there are ways to take and advertise your business that it will generate an avenue for you where you can create word of mouth advertising. Think about it. What's going on right now with business? What's happening to the way business is being done? Often we don't always think about those things in business, and yet it's a very important part of how we need to plan for the business. And remember, you can go to my website, and that website is the #1 personalcareercoach.com. And you can sign up for both individual and group coaching, and we can work with you on taking your brand and figuring out what you want to do that makes your business unique and how you can brand your business around that uniqueness.